higher excess muscle. This is Big Keith Williams, just fighting the LA traffic, getting over here to Gold's Venice in sunny California. Just been here for a week from balmy, cold, snowy Minnesota. Coming here to train some hamstrings with Dave Kalick and Charles Glass and my training partner Mike Gritty over here, who's also getting ready for the cow and the Ironman as I get ready to prepare myself for 4 weeks for the New York Pro. So we started off with seated hamstring curls. Really trying to change to bring some more drops to my hamstrings in the next 4 weeks. So I started here with Charles. Focused on coming down really nice and slow and really emphasizing on that negative. So we get those hamstrings to drop. We do about 5 sets of those, progressing the weight for the 5 sets just so we can get warmed up. Now we're starting to some laying hamstring curls. Start off round 2. We're starting off with some laying hamstring curls. I don't know how many sets we're going to do. It's probably going to be about another 4 or 5 sets. Exploding to the top, and then they'll push at the very top to squeeze and get to really top of the hamstrings. And then my whole job is to focus and fight that negative all the way down again, so we can start bringing out these hamstrings and making them pop even more. Because we came out and worked on the quads, and now we're trying to polish off the hamstrings. So when I go to New York Pro, there'll be no questions.
Pretty happy with Keith's conditioning now. It's 4 weeks after the New York Pro, and we're doing a lot of carb cycling at this point. We're doing rotational meal patterns just to get Keith progressively tighter as we get closer, and we're going to start to get drier as each week progresses and everything now. So it's going good. We're just trying to keep the volume in his muscle as we get going, and trying to get him ready actually like pretty much 10 days out, so that we can go ahead and eat into the contest, so Keith can have a nice, full and dense one.
Right now, I call this a hack squat, sit like a deadlift. And the reason why I like this exercise, and Charles was the first person to show me this in 08, 09 when I was getting ready for USA Championships, because it's a nice change up from this barbell sit like a deadlift. So if I have a lot of back problems, so if I'm having my back's really tight, this is just a good change up. It takes a lot more stress out of my back and then puts a lot more emphasis on my hamstrings.
A couple weeks ago we started carb cycling Keith. He's got about 4 lower days. On his lower days, he has a higher fat content to compensate, for the carbs that are not there. Okay. When we do a higher day, we use primarily higher glycemic carbs, and there's very little dietary fats on those days. So it's not so much a fluctuation of calories on these days; it's the type of carb and the amount of carbs.
We just finished off with one-legged. This is the first time I've ever actually did this exercise today. We do a one-legged hamstring curl where one of your hips are over the top, and the other hip's on the bottom, where you just take the glute, especially for me because I have such a big ass, and just put all the stress into the muscle belly of the hamstring. So it's a great isolated exercise, and that's what Dave and Charles do best, is they put the stress right into the muscle where it needs to be. And it's an unbelievable exercise. Try it, because it's not easy, because you got to get to you never get to the bottom. As soon as you get low enough, you got to bring it back up and contract the muscle. So it's an unbelievable exercise, and I'm just blessed that I got a bunch of guys in my corner that can show me how to, transfer it in my body and make it better. So you guys will see the big improvements from, I think the last show we did was Finland to now the New York Pro. So I'm excited. So I just want to thank everybody out there. I want to thank Dave and those guys for just having you come out here and shoot us and give me some exposure. Appreciate it.
One good thing about Keith this year, as you guys will see, his midsection really has progressively come in. We had a really good off season. When he gets too heavy in the off season, but we made some good gains. You guys can see some good depth in Keith's legs. They're bigger now, and you know, he's just going to bring a really good package this time. A nice separated, full, dense package.
So this is Keith Williams, IFBB Pro, Big Keith Williams that is, with my training partner Mike Gritty here in Goes Venice. We just got through hitting some hamstrings as we're approaching 4 weeks out as of tomorrow from the New York Pro. Mike is 4 weeks out, still up in the air about the cow or the Ironman, deciding that, but we just got through hitting hamstrings with Charles and Dave, and it was awesome. We've been out here for a week now, just grinding and trying to change our bodies so that we're on point come our shows in 4 weeks. So just wanted to thank Dave Palumbo and Aaron Singerman and all those guys at RX Muscle. They're always great and always covering bodybuilders, the IFBB pros and the local amateur guys who are on their way up to the top. We just want to thank them and thank Ghost Gym. And I'd like to also thank my sponsors, All Force, for flying me out here so I can have the opportunity to train with these guys.